Welcome back, YouTube, and thanks for tuning in. Today, we have a unique treat for you. We have the Marvel Death Accessory Pack Volume 2. That's right, 12 new, original death portraits of your favorite Marvel characters. As you'll see, this runs the entire gambit of the Marvel collections of heroes and villains. Not only that, it pairs perfectly with part 1 of them. Join me as we dive into this now. Now, let's get into it.
As we begin, we have a quick shot of the COA associated with these. These portraits remove the armor, the bravado, and the power poses. They leave only identity. It's an artistic reminder that even the most powerful narratives are still human at their core. Today, we step into the shadows of heroism, into a gallery where capes are gone, armor is silent, and identity is reduced to a form and symbol. This is the Dead Avengers Volume 2 Portrait Collection, a custom-commissioned assortment that doesn't celebrate victory, it examines legacy. Each portrait isn't simply a character, it's a relic from an alternate timeline where myth met mortality.
Huh? No, I didn't say that. What the hell? 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 What?
It's a probability storm. Every choice you could make existing all at once.
These pieces challenged the traditional superhero display. No dynamic poses, no explosive energy. Instead, we're given stillness. And in that stillness, symbolism becomes louder than action ever could. This set isn't about defeat. It's about what remains when identity is stripped down to its core. As a side quest, I was able to secure these custom risers for both the new set and the original set of portraits. The custom riser transforms this from a collection into an exhibit. Without it, these are impressive portraits. With it, they become a curated installation. Tiered levels guide the eye like a museum staircase, encouraging slow appreciation rather than quick glances. It's not a shelf, it's a stage.
That escalated quickly.
Before diving in, let's examine the beautiful art box. I would show the shipper, but somehow it was completely destroyed. Thankfully, no damage at all to the pieces. The Thing's portrait captures the paradox of strength and vulnerability. The rocky texture remains dominant, but without a body. The power feels grounded rather than explosive. It's almost poetic, a reminder that even the most immovable force still carries humanity beneath the surface. Star-Lord's helmet becomes pure iconography here. The metallic finish, the red islands, they retain personality even without expression. It's fascinating how a mask alone can still convey attitude and charisma, distilled into chrome. Loki's portrait carries theatrical presence. The comic-accurate horns stretch outward like a crown that refuses to be ignored. Even in skeletal form, the trickster aura remains intact. It feels less like a fallen god and more like a deity in hibernation. One of my absolute favorites of the entire set. The Juggernaut portrait emphasizes sheer mass. The helmet design alone conveys unstoppable force. Even without motion, it radiates weight. You don't look at it, you brace for it. This one is particularly large, and even the skull attached to it below is massive compared to the rest. Deadpool's piece brings a subtle irony to the set. A character known for breaking the fourth wall, now reduced to silent form. Yet, the red and black color scheme still carries that mischievous edge. It's humor, frozen mid-wink. Magneto's helmet becomes almost regal in portrait form. The metallic tones and angular structure convey authority without needing posture. It feels less like a villain and more like a fallen emperor whose crown still commands attention. The sheen and metallic glisten are evident on this one. Professor X's portrait is minimalist but powerful, surrounded in the cerebral helmet. Without elaborate armor or bold colors, it leans entirely on symbolism. It represents intellect, legacy, and the quiet influence that outlives physical strength. Dr. Doom's portrait may be one of the most commanding of the entire collection. The mask design, the aged metal texture, it radiates dominance even in stillness. It doesn't feel fallen at all. It doesn't even feel corroded or decayed in the slightest. It feels like it's waiting. The hood itself is actually a separate piece, so it can be displayed with or without it. A very close contender for my favorite piece, Wolverine's portrait is shrouded in a cowl that carries feral energy even without motion. The angular fins and bold colors preserve this animalistic intensity. It's as if the portrait itself is mid-snarl, frozen in resin. Note the skull itself is actually covered in adamantium as well. Another iconic one to say the least, Cyclops' visor becomes the entire narrative. A single line of red power, contained yet threatening. In portrait form, it becomes a symbol of restraint, strength held in check rather than unleashed. One of the few Avengers associated with this set, Black Panther's portrait exudes elegance and stealth. The sleek lines and refined contours create a sense of royalty rather than aggression. It's quiet power, the kind that doesn't need to announce itself. The Phoenix portrait carries a unique symbolism within this display. Unlike the others, this isn't merely about mortality, it's about rebirth interrupted. The fiery color palette, even subdued, still radiates energy beneath the surface. It feels less like an ending and more like a flame caught mid-flicker. A reminder that some legacies never truly extinguish, they simply wait. Mystique's portrait introduces an entirely different psychological layer to the collection. A character usually defined by transformation, now presented in permanence. The blue tones and refined facial structure retain elegance even in skeletal interpretation. It's almost paradoxical. The shapeshifter frozen in a single identity. Where others represent legacy, Mystique represents the loss of possibilities. Across the entire set, sculpt consistency is impressive. Bone textures remain detailed without becoming exaggerated. Paint applications, balance, matte finishes with metallic accents allow each portrait to maintain identity while still belonging to a unified collection. It's cohesion without monotony. This collection doesn't demand attention, it invites contemplation. Under cool lighting, the metallic elements glow subtly. Under warm lighting, the bone textures deepen. It rewards experimentation and punishes neglect. This is a display that thrives on intention. Here, I just have the current setup until the platforms arrive. My collector verdict on this piece answers a simple question. Who is this for? This isn't a mainstream centerpiece. It's for collectors who appreciate narrative, symbolism, and darker reinterpretations. It's for those who enjoy asking why something exists, not just what is it. From heroes to legends to cosmic forces, this collection reminds us that no identity is permanent, only the stories we leave behind. So it's important to examine multiple realities of these characters and realize that they too will come to an end. Just as a little bonus, I'll throw this in here. A future release preview. Standing apart from the ensemble is the Future Expansion, Volume 3, a large-scale death portrait of Galactus. Where the others represent fallen legends, this represents fallen cosmic authority. The scale alone shifts the emotional weight of the display. This isn't a relic, it's a monument. The sculpt detail emphasizes planetary dominance even in stillness, and the sheer size transforms the surrounding portraits into witnesses rather than companions. It doesn't blend into the collection, it presides over it. This piece feels less like an addition and more like the closing chapter of a myth, a reminder that even the devourer of worlds is still part of the story.
Well, I hope you all enjoyed that. It's a unique, portrait-filled episode. Very interesting, very off the beaten path, but it pairs perfectly with all Marvel Universal setups. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until we meet again, keep your passion for collecting alive and your love for superheroes soaring.